Hey my YouTube friends, Late Boy Scout here, and you see before you just a couple of Leatherman's awesome keychain multi-tools. Today I'm going to talk about this one, the Squirt E4, which I managed to pick up secondhand for a very nice price. This, of course, is the electrician-specific version of their Squirt line, obviously with a little bit of a needle nose plier at the very tip, but the rest of that is made for stripping wires. And how does it do with that? Well, I so happen to have a little bit of wire here, if I can find it. Here we go. This is some 12 gauge wire, the same stuff you'll find on the inside of an extension cord. I got hooked up with this from my little brother, King the Gaunt. And how does it do for stripping wires? Well, it'll clip wire easily. Obviously using that little wire snipper right there. Okay, it'll snap through that very easily. You could do that all day long if you wanted to. Not really fatiguing, not really hard, not difficult because it's, you know, copper and just a little bit of plastic, no big deal. But for actually stripping, well, since it's 12 gauge, you just find the 12 on there. Very easy to do. Get up there and do a little grasp, maybe a little twist, and strip. And that's it. Now you might want to be a little gentle with it, a little delicate with it, find out where the tolerances are, where that's going to get through it and actually do the cutting, and where it's going to start to actually mar your wire. Because that's one thing you don't really want to do, is mar up the wire. That could affect, you know, some things as you're doing electrical work with it. But, you know, you do want to obviously get through that plastic and get it stripped off as fast as you can. So learning the tolerances and learning how this thing behaves is going to help you accomplish those tasks very easily. Again, this is only one type of wire, but it's going to behave pretty similarly with every other gauge of wire that you encounter, that it goes up to anyway. And honestly, this is a pretty good selection of gauges right here. If you look at the selection of stripping gauges that most wire strippers come with, they only go maybe, you know, one thinner than that, and then one fatter than that, or maybe not one thinner than that, but one fatter than that. You know, so this has got almost everything that you're going to use for stripping wires. And it's, you know, in this tiny little package. So that is very nice. Now, again, guys, I'm giving you the report that my little brother King the Gaunt gave me. He is doing electrical work at the moment. And so, you know, he actually spent some time getting to know this tool, using it in a professional manner, and learning its strengths, its weaknesses, its you know, its ins, its outs. How does it work in that role? So he put it in there intentionally, even though he had, you know, real tools to use. But he wanted to test this one for me. So how did it turn out for him? Stripping wires actually worked very well, as I just showed you. It was a very good tool for that. Everything else is okay. You know, this will get a little bit of, you know, Phillips head screwdriver work done. And that's a very cool tool there, by the way, that Phillips head. It's different from the one that you get on the normal, in this case, PS4. I'll point that out to you real quick. That one being a two-dimensional Phillips head driver. And this one being actually three-dimensional. Okay, so that's very cool. Even so, this is a little bit small for most of the electrical work that he encountered. All right? All the other tools on here, the knife worked very nicely, of course. I like the knife on there. The file, could take or leave it in most electrical work. The small screwdriver, the larger screwdriver. Again, most of those things in professional hands, in the hands of a professional electrician, most of these things you could take or leave because you'll probably have your full-size tools on you as you're doing your work. This is really just something to keep in your pocket because it takes up almost no space. It weighs almost nothing, at just a couple ounces. And you can just slip it on your keychain. And like I said, you know, this is the kind of thing that is made for convenience. That's what keychain multi-tools are all about. That's what any multi-tool is about. You've got your real tools, right? And those are kind of like the grocery store, okay? But you left them in the car. Okay, so you can't make it to the grocery store. So you go to the convenience store. This is your convenience tool because it's on your keychain. All right, well, you don't want, instead of going to the car and getting the big tools or the truck or getting the big tools, you get this out of your pocket and you take care of the one little task Doesn't do it quite as effectively as the big tools would, but you're done. You know? That's the point of it. So I think it's a very valuable tool to have. And like I said, King Nagant gave it a thumbs up for me. He had good experience with it for the most part. Sure, he prefers his normal tools, but given the compactness, the portability, the ease of having this thing on you 100% of the time, it's a very, very good tool for electrical work. Now, this is the E4, as I mentioned before. It is not the ES4. The current version, this one has actually been discontinued. So the current version of this tool will be the ES4. I've already shown you most of the tools on here. Let's get to one last one, which is tweezers, which is a very nice feature, I think. You can have you get these also on the Squirt S4, which is the scissors version of the Squirt P4, or some of these like the Style CS and the Style PS, both having tweezers included. So there's my quick review of the Squirt E4, guys, by Leatherman. It's a great keychain multi-tool for light-duty electrical work. This is also going to serve as my review for the Squirt ES4, which has basically the same complement of tools as this one, but comes in a form factor similar to the Squirt PS4. I'm the Late Boy Scout, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.